Rise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here, we are back. This is not one of our Patreon one-shots. This is, in fact, our Patreon campaign, The Rise. We're here for a bonus episode in the month of February, and this one is, of course, called In the Steps of Giants, named by Norm, for Norm, I think. That being said, if you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is like these fine folks that you see here before you by joining us over on our Patreon. Link in the description down below. We do have some open spots at the tiers where you get to come on and play with us at the one-shot tier. But if that's not your jam, join us over at the $5 tier. Get all of our after shows, get all kinds of fun things, and help support the channel, help support the community. Speaking of the community, while you're joining us on Patreon, clicking that link in the description, make sure you click on that link to join the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I will squish someone with a giant rock monster. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to this channel for all kinds of fun and wonderful things like taxes and artwork and editing and mortgages. Those are fun, right? All those are fun. That being said, there is no previously on. I didn't write one because I only found out we were playing The Rise yesterday. Previously, we went and tried to commit genocide on mushroom people, Korax.
Evil mushrooms.
Just evil mushrooms.
He's planning on going back to genocide them.
Korax is planning on this.
No, it's just a cold open straight to this great Colossus rising.
100%. Cold open, no recap, no intro, no anime intro music. It's just the stone cold cavern, and we see two hollow sockets lit up of this giant stone monster. We see a sigil at its chest pulse, and we hear this rhythmic thrum of a heartbeat pass through this thing as the cavern floor shakes, as we see it begin to step forward, filling the cavern around you. A titan of fungal ruin, a monstrosity here between the fungal grove and the steps of giants. And if I wish there was a more dramatic way to roll initiative in Cypher System, but there isn't. So everyone roll initiative against a difficulty 7 monster.
I think you said
roll
full
run,
Mike.
right?
No running.
Aww.
There is no, you quickly look around and you realize that all exits have closed off to you and there is no way to go. It's like an instanced boss room. In fact, as you entered the threshold, vines grew over the tunnel you had just come from, barring you from leaving. Outstanding. So it goes, Mina goes first. Oh, go ahead.
Of course, Mina rolled a fucking 19.
I had the input.
I'd rather roll a 19 to hit it.
That's okay. You rolled a 19, which means you go before the monster. Everyone else goes after the monster.
I rolled a 2. Which
guys
means I go last. Hooray!
Rolled a 5.
On the bright side, the way Monty Cook actually works is it's just before monster, after monster. So you guys can mix it up and go whatever order you want to go in, if you want to set up combos and shit. So for Norm, and mostly just for Norm, since you weren't here in the last episode, and I want to squish all of you with a giant rock monster, let me explain here what you see. I'll read you the awakening scene we got at the end of the last episode. The tunnel yawns open, revealing a cavern so vast that your light barely scratches its edges. The air is thick, not with humidity, but with stillness. The oppressive weight of something ancient presses down on your senses. The glow of the Lumivane's fungi does not reach this place. Instead, the cavern walls are lined with ashen, brittle growths, their color leached away by time, their stalks unmoving and dead. And then you see it. At the heart of the cavern, half buried in the stone, fused with tangled fungal roots and fossilized tendrils, waits a colossal form. At first, it's indistinguishable from the cavern itself, just another ruin swallowed by the endless dark. Its body is humanoid, but impossibly massive and twisted, its proportions warped by the slow decay of centuries. Its limbs are too long, too heavy, petrified fungal plates encrusting what should have been flesh, and its torso is fused with the cavern floor as though it has been left to wither into the stone itself. And then the sigil at its chest flares. A pulse of dim golden light flickers from beneath layers of hardened growth, illuminating the deep fractures that crisscross its form, like broken glass under pressure, waiting to shatter. The cavern shudders. A brittle fungal growth overhead trembles. Then, with a deep groaning exhale, something shifts. Roots begin to curl and snap. The sound is a chorus of cracking, tearing, and splintering, like trees bending under an unbearable weight. At first, it moves only slightly. One limb twitching, a clawed hand flexing, its fingers curling inward as though testing their own existence. And then the sigil flares again, and the Colossus rises. Its arms move first, ponderous and deliberate, shedding centuries of dust and petrified rot as they lift. The limbs tremble, straining against the weight of ages, but still it rises. Stones tumble from its back, crashing to the cavern floor as its head tilts upward. And then it opens its eyes. There's nothing there. Only two hollow sockets, deep and dark and endless, but still, somehow, they watch you. The sigil at its chest pulses again, and with it comes a slow, rhythmic sound, a deep, resonant thrum, like the heartbeat of something that should not live. The caverns respond, vibrating with its rhythm, as though something else beneath you is listening. Then it steps forward. The cavern floor shakes with the impact, sending loose stones skidding towards your feet. The roots that once held its prisoner break completely, snapping apart in clouds of dust and spores. The stale, dry air of the cavern shifts, rolling outward like a wave as the spore-born colossus pulls itself free from the earth. For a moment, it simply stands there, a titan of fungal ruin, half god, half monstrosity, bound by something older than words. A relic of the past, stirring once more. Then its empty sockets turn towards you. The sigil flares brighter, and with a shuddering, earth-rattling step forward, the Colossus moves. Mina, you are first to advance. What do you do?
Mina grits his teeth and looks over to the others and says, "We need to clear this to get a safe passage out for the survivors." And he activates Fury and cuts off to the right.
Okay, what does Fury do?
Fury just gives him 2 additional points of damage.
Okay, perfect. So you dart off to the right. Are you closing the gap to attack this thing?
Yeah, he's heading on a 45-degree angle so that he can hopefully get it to turn his way away from the others.
Sure. You zip over to the right and it begins to lurch towards you. What do you do?
If he can have an attack, he'll have an attack.
Yeah, go for it. What do you attack on this thing?
He heads, I guess he looks for a point on the ground. I guess he's going to look for an Achilles heel, and that might just be the Achilles heel.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. You can spend your action looking for an Achilles heel or some sort of weakness, or you can attack, but not both.
I think, well, if that's the case, he'll just attack.
Okay. What are you attacking on this creature?
The closest thing to him, which is probably a foot.
Okay, go for it. It is difficulty 7.
Sorry, I forgot to adjust for the shifts. So I'll make that difficulty 4.
You drive your spear into this thing, and you strike true on this. And you watch as there's that almost like anime-esque moment, right? Where you you impact the spear, and there's that little of pressure as a piece of this thing cracks and you feel your spear go in maybe a fraction, maybe you know, in European units, maybe 1 to 2 centimeters. This thing cracks in there, barely making a scratch, let alone a dent. You do what you perceive to be some damage to its legs. The rest of you watch in as Mina darts to the right, drawing its attention, and you watch as him drive his spear, his needle-like spear, into the shin of this creature. That is Mina's turn. It is time for this bad boy to attack. You watch as you retract your spear, you watch as the stone grows back on the area you dented. And then you watch as it brings its hands together, forming like, you know, hammer fists, and it raises them up and then to the ground. I need everyone to go ahead and make me a speed defense difficulty 5.
Can I argue might?
You cannot.
Dang it, it has AO.
Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. You tell me the argument for might.
That I'm just gonna essentially just grin and bear it.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
You can grin and bear it. However, that does not stop the effect from happening. Speed will stop the effect from happening.
Okay.
It's more of an acrobatics balancing. Who knew?
So it's acrobatics. So would running or jumping help with this?
I'll give you an asset to that. Asset to the speed defense.
Difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5.
So that means climbing, swimming, jumping, and balancing training would give me an asset.
You would give you an asset. Yep. Okay. Everyone can go ahead and take 9 points of might damage. And those of you who succeeded on the speed defense roll do not get knocked on your ass. So Mina and Seydlitz, you are knocked prone. You all take 9 damage as this like into the ground. Stone, rock, debris shatters. The shockwave blasts you back. And Terry's, you do in fact like lean into it and grin and bear this as the shockwave is lowering you back. And I feel like Korax, you just happen to be like if you're drifting behind a semi truck to get in that wind, you're just right in the pocket, right behind Antares as the wind sort of breaks around the two of you, and you're like, oh,
anime style. She's like,
yeah,
and there's like,
Mike.
Yes.
I forgot to add my 2 divine shifts into speed defense, so that would be a 0 for me actually.
Okay, cool. You take 9 damage and you don't fall prone.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So you are not prone. So everyone but Mina is not prone, which is, I feel like that's fair.
Makes sense.
Korax, Antares, and Seydlitz, it is collectively your turn. What do you want to do?
Run.
Run.
You see that the tunnel that you had come down is full of debris from that last attack.
How dark is this tunnel?
It is the tunnel behind you or the cave you're in?
Just where we're at.
The cave seems to be inextricably just enough light for you to see in this room.
Are there any other, darker areas?
What are you trying to do?
Evanescence.
Remind me what that does.
You step into the shadows behind cover, and everyone who was observing you completely loses track of you.
Yeah, you could do that as your action. That's fine.
Hooray.
I'm
going to step behind into the shadows and disappear.
Yeah, so we just see, or we don't see, say let's just disappear, leaving Korax and Antares left to do whatever they want to do.
Well, Antares is going to, her Nimbus flares up.
I'm a terrible teammate, I know.
Extremely brightly. And she kind of gives like a as that happens, and then like the light bursts out, and the light like gives her like an outline, and she's bolstering her nimbus for protection.
Okay. And what does that do? Give you a bonus on anything?
It gives me +1 armor versus all attacks for 1 minute.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I will also say, since this is the first time it's come into play, giving Korax 1 more minute to think and contemplate his life as his pool drops to 0. Mina and Seydlitz, I believe, that devastating attack looked like it hurt. It didn't. You didn't feel anything. Obviously, Mina, you felt like the sensation of falling, and you know you got knocked in your ass, and you can see blood from places where blood would come out. And same thing for Seydlitz. But I do believe both of you drank the water that makes you not feel pain. So you didn't actually feel that. Doesn't stop your bones from being broken, but they feel great. So that's fun. Korax, what do you...
Just checking, Mike.
Yeah.
For that attack,
Yeah.
did armor come into play?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. So that means he wasn't at 0 might in the end. That's great. But he still has a broken arm, and he's not happy.
And the hatred of mushrooms.
And the hatred of mushrooms, but that goes.
Now
without
he
saying.
hates rocks too.
Rocks and mushrooms. Anything underground, bad.
Destroy it all.
I was
We can
literally
make a
just
bigger hole.
listening to an audiobook where the character's like, you want to go underground? Nope. Every time I go underground, something horrible happens.
That's Korax.
Exactly.
And the guy goes underground. She proceeds to watch all this shenanigans happen from above ground. It's like, something horrible happened down there, didn't it? Yep.
That's okay. I could
What
see the
range?
light in Norm's eyes die as he donated to the corruption bar, and then watched me just decimate the whole party. And he went, "Oh no, oh no."
Can he repeat that AOE?
Yeah.
Aw.
What range is this guy at, Mike?
He is at long range. Right, it's immediate, short, long. Yeah, he's at long range.
And then very long.
Yeah, the cave is not
Okay.
very long.
Then I would like to use an ability from the Grimoire called Soul Interrogation. You determine the weaknesses, vulnerabilities, qualities, and mannerisms of a single creature within long range. The GM should reveal the creature's level, basic abilities, and obvious weaknesses, if any. The difficulty of all actions you attempt that affect that creature is reduced by 1 step for a few months afterwards.
Okay,
What?
so let me get this right. I'm going to give you its weakness. Is there a roll to this, or is it just a cost?
I don't know. I assume
me
there
see
must
it.
be a roll.
I don't. What abilities? What, is this Steel Name?
Soul Interrogation.
Soul Interrogation. Where am I looking on here?
Yeah. Open
That's
under
just a-
attacks.
That's just a dirty name.
Oh, right.
It's got a cost, so I'm assuming it's a roll.
No, it just costs 5 intellect. Let me double check here.
Action? Says it's an action.
Oh, okay. So then I would imagine that it would be a roll versus this creature. So difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. Okay.
Difficulty 7.
This feels like an intelligence, knowledge type skill. So would my divine shifts apply here?
I'll say yes.
One of them has to be in the book for that ability to take effect. So I'll drop that to a 5. So that'll leave to use 2 of them.
Okay.
Efforts. No, for the damage.
Do you want to spend an XP? You have 1 left.
I would like to, because it's costing me a lot in intellect to do
Okay,
this.
go for it. I mean, it's only costing you 2, isn't it?
7.
It's a cost 5.
The cost is 5. I've got 3 edge, and I'm using 2 effort on the roll.
So it should cost you 4. Oh wait,
According
sorry.
to the calculator.
Two
The
effort
2
is
effort would cost
3
5
and
as
2.
well.
Oh yeah. Yep. 2 effort is 5. You're right. I can't math. It is 7.
Holy shit.
There you go.
Oh, there he
Success.
is. Okay. I'm gonna be a bastard, man. You're gonna hate this. Okay, cool. You look at this creature. You get an asset on this creature for the rest of time, or the rest of this encounter. You look at this creature. Let me double check your. This is soul interrogation. Let me see here.
Soul interrogation. Yeah. Oop.
Single creature within long range. GM should reveal. Its level is 7. Its basic abilities is that ground pound. You think it can. You think that the way that its arm joints are attached by roots, it can attack further than normal. Also, it's big. So this can attack. Normally, it's immediate range to immediate range. This thing can attack to long range with a melee attack if it wants to. You also see that there are like strange fungal growths on this, and you think that it may be able to do something with that. In the same way that like you encountered weird fungus above, probably something to do with spores. You can see that this thing is not just like animated stone; it is like living stone, and some of its stone, like its chitinous stone, grows back. Whether that is the fungal or the stone, you're not entirely sure. So those are some of its attacks. You are fairly certain that both of the arms can be severed with enough effort, which will limit its ability to do some of its actions. You also can see that there is like a chest armor situation that is covering the sigil from being fully exposed, and you think that if that were exposed, that would be important and could be detrimental to its existence. So that is what you know with that information. So you get an asset for carte blanche for that guy. You think both of its arms can be severed, and you think there's something that has to happen with its chest sigil, or that is a weak point, its sigil on its chest.
Okay, that's
yeah.
perfect.
Cool.
He is going to then shout that information to the others that they should try and remove its arms and get into its chest to destroy its sigil. And then he is going to run the opposite direction to Mina.
Like around to Mina?
So if Mina's running, Mina's done a 45
Oh, you're going to go, so Mina
angle to the
went right, you go to the left. Got it.
He's going to go left.
Got it. And Terry's, you bolstered yourself. Seydlitz, you disappeared. Back to the top of the order. Mina, you are now freshly aware that its arms maybe can be severed, and something about its chest is bad news, or is good news.
Mina's lying on the ground. It definitely knocked the wind out of him. But he will. He doesn't feel like he hurt himself too much. The blood must be someone else's. So he jumps back up, kicks back up, probably quicker than he should have. Something goes creak, but he doesn't feel that pain either. And he tries to. He is going to prepare for an attack.
Okay.
He's going to set himself for defense, hoping that one of these arms comes out and he can try to sever whatever is connecting it.
So you're going to wait for it to attack, or you're going to like run up and try to attack its arm?
He'll wait for it to attack, hoping that when it extends one of its arms, he can get a quick shot in to try to snap a tendon or something.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so let's jump right over to its attack then. So you have a ready to action. Here's what we'll do. Mike will read its abilities. Okay. Cool. You see it swing its left arm towards you. And you watch as like these almost like a gauntlet of roots, like these tendrils of roots are like sort of wrapped around into its knuckles, like the way you kind of wrap like a boxer's wrap. And you see them sort of like glow this purple sort of like vines creep up them as this thing smashes towards you. Go ahead and make me a might defense difficulty 6. And you can make your attack roll.
Might defense or shield defense?
Is shield speed?
Shield. Oh, well, I can use speed or might for my shield.
Yeah, so use your shield. Yeah. You can always use your shield. This is some kind of magical bullshit. Okay, so you will take 7 points of damage. Actually, I'm sorry. Yes. You'll take 7 points of damage as this thing clambers into you, and you watch.
Even though I succeeded.
Just wait. And you watch as the fist impacts with the shield, and the vines begin to wrap around your shield. And you watch as your shield sort of flares with your divine light, and the roots shatter off of its fist. And you see that these tendrils that sort of begin to fall off your shield were rotting. And you recognize that they have the potential to rot armor. So you have you took some damage of the force of the impact, but you have blocked the rotting armor effect on this thing, and you may make your attack. Holy shit!
Oh my god. I love you, Norm.
I'm doing math. Hold on.
Not for much longer.
Norm, it's funny how you roll so well, and I've been rolling so terrible lately.
Mhm.
I think
I mean,
Norm's
getting his ass
vampired all my
kicked here.
dice luck.
Mina's getting his ass kicked here.
I know, but I think you vampired all my dice luck.
Norm, go ahead and describe to me in great anime level detail how you sever the arm off of this giant stone colossus.
So I think you see the fist impact with Mina's shield, and the vines start to wrap around it, and that's the shield that Wexy gave him.
Yeah.
And you just see the level of determination and hurt just blank Mina's face, and he grabs his spear in an overhand and cuts down behind the wrist of the stone giant, and you just see him twist the spear, just tearing tendons and vines and stuff like that in an attempt to break this hand off.
Hell fucking yeah. That absolutely happens. I want you to know you one-shotted its arm. And it has armor. So fuck me, I guess. I will be a generous GM here. You don't need the 4 additional damage. What would you like for a major effect?
I think for cinematic purposes, you just see Mina kick the fallen hand towards the foot of the Colossus in hopes that if it takes a step, it's going to trip on that.
Okay, perfect. What I will do, regardless of tripping, is I will give it a -1 on its next attack. Outstanding. Holy shit. All right, that was that. Gorax and Terry's and Seydlitz. This is why I just want you guys to know, if I make a punishing horrible monster, it's Norm's fault. It's 100% Norm's fault. What are the 3 of you doing?
Well, Norm kind of stole my thunder because my plan was to jump on the arm as he was following through with his punch and then pull a Legolas and like run up his arm. But I don't think I'm going to do that now.
Well, it would have been his far arm anyway. Attack with its left arm. So its left arm is the furthest arm from you.
Well, I was standing right next to him, like I'm assuming when he follows through, his arm is like coming close, like with his follow through.
Mina did run off to the right.
Yeah, Mina left.
Away from you.
Well, regardless, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Because he severed the arm.
It has a second arm.
Yes, I know. And he also has 2 legs.
Well, I didn't say the legs were severable. I just said the arms were.
No.
Can I jump in then, G? What do you
Yeah,
think?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So how far is he from Corax? Because can he get into short range?
Can Corax get in a short range?
Immediate range of the Colossus. So he's gone to the left, Mina went to the right, and he
You're
wants to come
in
up
long
behind.
range, you can move 1. So you can move into short.
Can only move into short. Okay.
You can only move 1 range thing on your turn. Or your whole
Okay.
action will be moving 2 ranges. Or I'm sorry,
I-
that's wrong. You can make a speed check to see if you can move 2 ranges.
Can I do that and still do an action?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want a speed check?
Yep, difficulty 6.
Oh, good golly gosh. Okay.
If you fail, you can still move 1.
No, fail.
Okay, you can still move 1.
Okay. He's going to want to move into short range then to start getting closer. And then I'm going to activate my resonance field. So resonance field just gives me more protection from this guy. And if I succeed at a defense roll, he'll take damage. From minor effects and major effects.
Okay. Perfect. So that is your turn. You move forward, you resonance field. And Terry's Seydlitz, what do you want to do?
And Terry's is going to she's pretty much just gonna stand there for now because Corax went one direction, Mina went in the other. She doesn't know where Seydlitz went. So she's going and she sees Mina getting pummeled on her left there. So she's going to flare up her Nimbus again as bright as she possibly can, and she's just gonna like kind of like take a step forward and like yell at this thing. It's like, "Hey, pebbles for brains, over here!" And she's gonna try and draw its ire away from Mina, so Mina can.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation difficulty 7. If you have any skills that you think would be applicable here, let me know.
Well, I'm bold.
Is that an actual skill?
It's from my brash level 1. All actions. I'm trained in all actions in overcoming fear or intimidation.
I'll take it.
It's kind of ballsy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So my intent is basically to become like a huge bright beacon with my Nimbus glowing.
Okay.
That it has to focus on me, like just because you talked about how dim everything is, like yeah.
Does bolster let me see here. Hold on. Let me look at what does bolster Nimbus do?
I can choose what it does. I can awe, terror, confidence, or use protection.
And you use protection?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you an asset for that.
For what?
For your Nimbus.
Oh, okay. So I get 2 assets?
Yep, an asset for Nimbus and an asset for bold.
Okay. Difficulty, sorry, what?
7.
7?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll do that. And then 2 assets. Success.
Hell yeah. So you see it like and turns towards you. You have drawn its ire. Seydlitz, that brings us to you. What are you up to?
Seydlitz is being the horrible teammate who is not sure if he wants to fight the thing, but Raiden's picking up the slack for him and it's gonna use the dual essence for the healing aura, so everybody can heal 1d6.
Hell yeah. So Raiden uses its ability, which I believe it only gets to use that once right now, right?
Once a day.
Once per day. Okay, cool. So everyone go ahead and heal 1d6 hit points.
Is it a D6 or is it the equivalent of a recovery
It's
roll?
a d6.
It's just a d6.
Oh.
Poor Mina.
Really, everyone but Mina. Like
The one person that fucking needs it.
I know.
Mina has taken 16 points of damage and healed 1. Jesus Christ. What a bad time. What a bad time. So we see Seydlitz disappear into the shadows, and then we hear like a wolf howl, and you would all see out of nothing, you see this wolf you've seen before, Raiden, appears, and he howls, and you all feel regenerated with "Ow!" This aura washes over you, healing some of you.
Fucking dog.
Most of you
It is-
feel healed. Some of you feel healed-ish.
I
Yeah.
mean, in fairness, Mina didn't feel like he'd taken any damage whatsoever, so he's not trying to heal.
That's true. Mina,
Yeah.
Mina seems like he's killing it.
And then Mina didn't compliment his stretch last time, so
That's
a
true.
correct
That's
there.
true. He at no point has Mina said, "What a good boy." Out fucking
good boy
standing.
No, it's just a lay on hands now. The good boy used all of his pool, then just one for Mina.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
All right, Mina, that brings us back to you, buddy.
Mina's feeling fine. He doesn't care about anyhow. This chest plate on this monstrosity.
Yes.
I'm guessing Mina can't reach it with his spear.
No, you will have to find a way up there,
Or throw it.
or attempt to throw it, or attempt to find a way to break it off. You're not 100% sure.
Okay, Mina will. Mina will grab some of the tendons left over from the hand that he broke off,
Okay.
and he is going to try to get into a position to trip the giant. I guess that's a control the field move.
Okay. 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 Let me look at your control of the field real quick. Because you just get to move it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you want to move it to trip. Let me see here. Control the field. This melee attack inflicts 1 less point of damage than normal, and regardless of whether you hit the target, you maneuver it into a position you desire with immediate range. Okay. I don't think that includes prone. However, I will let you move it to a more advantageous position that you want. If you get a 19, if you nat 20, you can knock it fully prone. As a major action, you can knock it fully prone. But I don't think a stab will knock this thing completely to the ground on a one hit. But you can move it. You can make it shift to where a position that you want it to be in.
Yeah, I think the shift happens automatically whether it takes any damage.
Yeah, correct. Yep. So roll a difficulty. What are you attacking? What part of it are you attacking?
I guess he's going for the ankle.
Okay.
Just trying to get his spear in a position that might cause it to stumble.
Okay. Go for it. Roll me a difficulty 7 attack on the ankle. Okay, so where would you like to shift it to? It doesn't fall, but where would you like to shift it to?
I think he wants to shift it so that he's behind the Colossus, that Mina's behind the Colossus,
Okay.
and the rest of them are in front of it.
Perfect.
So trying to trip it, but obviously failing.
Perfect. So you stab this thing, and less of like normally what you're used to is like you stab something and then you move it. This is kind of like almost like a pole vault where like you stab this and pivot around it. So now it's Antares is in front of it. It's facing Antares. You are behind it. You look to your right and you see Korax is over on the other side, and Seydlitz's wolf is on your left. All right, that is your action. Everyone, go ahead and make me a difficulty 6 intelligence roll.
I don't like that.
Intellect defense.
Yeah, I'm sorry, intellect defense roll. If you don't have intellect defense, it's just intellect.
I find it funny. I'm trained in
Yay.
intellect defense, but not speed defense.
Yeah. Usually it comes from your like
So
bold
difficulty
or
6.
whatever your what the hell's that word for it?
Wary.
Yeah, this is your
Your
focus, your descriptor.
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 I forgot to add my asset, but with a 1 doesn't matter.
It sure doesn't.
Let me
How does
use
that
my
happen?
oh, I don't have XP.
How does that happen?
What?
I have XP.
I succeeded? What?
What a time. Hold on. I just want to verify something for Korax.
Hold on. How is it I'm the one that succeeded and didn't roll the 1?
Yeah. Korax, what a day.
I
Okay.
know.
I have an XP.
I also have an XP.
I like how you just keep saying that, like I'm gonna let you give it away.
Well, it's my XP. I can do with it whatever the hell I want.
You can-
Isn't
you can
Chris
use
Ford
it.
XP,
You
though?
can use
I
it.
don't. I can give it to Korax.
At
Whoever
no
wants to do
at
that.
no point has the giving of XP been up to the players. It's always been like, yeah, I'll let you do that.
What?
And at no point has that happened. Okay, so Antares and Seydlitz, you are both fine. And you
Great.
both watch as this thing lurches around and is facing Antares. You see it take a step forward, and as it does, it looks like dust sort of rattles off this thing. And then you quickly see the dust sort of swirl in the cavern of all the motion that's happening here. And for whatever reason, Antares and Seydlitz, you do something to cover your mouths. And Korax and Mina do not. You will both take 2 points of intellect damage. That's not terrible. That's not terrible, guys.
Korax has had his face covered for a while. I don't know if that matters, Mike.
It doesn't on a 1, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It would have given you another asset, but it still doesn't help you with a 1. So
I mean,
what happens is, even with 2 assets, it still would have been a 1. The two of you are dazed for 1 round, which means you only get to make 1 action. So a move or an action. And you both begin to hallucinate. So, Korax, what you see as this thing steps forward is not a giant colossal stone monster. Instead, you see a massive fungal lumivane glowing gold and leaning over you as you begin to choke and sputter, as in reality you are coughing on these spores, but in your mind it is taking your breath away from you again. It is asserting its dominance over you, and in Korax's mind, bullying you. So you see this as you hallucinate a ginormous mushroom person coming to kill you. Mina, you begin to hallucinate as well, and you are drawn to its chest where Korax had mentioned that there was something something wrong with this thing. And then you look up at this thing, now behind it, trying to get an vantage point, and you see tangled in the vines of its back, you see a woman sort of splayed out, arms wide, legs sort of pinned to this thing, and the body looks like almost desiccated, almost exsanguinated, as if the vines are being fed off of this body. And as you look, the body sort of turns its head down towards you, and you recognize the face of your mother. That being said, I believe it is Korax and Terry's and Seydlitz's turn.
Mike, I have a question.
I might have an answer.
How thick is the dust and spores in the air?
I mean, you can still see through it. It's not like it's like, what's the end goal of your question here?
Dust explosion.
It's spores, so it's not dust.
Well, the thing about how that is, spores, dust, is kind of a interchangeable. It's just how thick the air is. It's an oxygen-based
It's
thing.
not thick enough to make like a flower explosion kind of thing. It's not thick enough for that. It is like the same thickness of the spores you were breathing in the rest of the fungal grove.
Boo.
Sorry, buddy. Plus,
sorry,
if you ignite the air, you're all in the air. So you would all take the damage.
Worth.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
All right. Give me a minute to think of something. And Terry, Chris, you can go first.
So what is the status? Like, what's he doing? This rock dude. This
You
big
see, it
old
took a
dude?
step towards you and shook off some of the spores. You assume its next action is going to be punch you in the face.
Okay.
It definitely moved towards you because you have taunted it. But you imagine face punch is probably what's next. In fact, it was probably like a 1-2 of like it took a step forward and then began to lurch its arm up as if to strike you.
Can I maybe do what Mina did and like hold my action?
Yeah, what's the trigger?
And, it attacking me. I want to try and do what Mina did and sever the arm. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you watch that arm and you prepare your you prepare your footing and your blade to like leap up towards that arm as it swings to you. Korax and Seydlitz.
Oh, sorry. I am going to do something.
Go for it.
I'm going to activate my block ability because it is an action.
Okay.
And I auto block the next melee attack made against me in the next minute.
Great. Perfect. So you, instead of readying your action, you block. So you have your you don't have a shield, right? Do you have a shield?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you get your body in a way that you're just gonna absorb the blow, basically.
With my divine might.
Yes, with your divine energy.
Yeah.
Korax or Seydlitz.
So, Mike, I dropped a question into the chat. You must have missed because there's
I'm
loads
so
of
sorry.
messages, but it's fine. I have one divine shift in the grimoire, and I'd like to put another one in. Is that something that I can do as an action, or is that a longer process?
That's an action.
Okay. In which case, Korax is going to take his only little bit of action to put another divine shift into the book.
Okay.
So
Seydlitz,
he just stops and flicks through the book and just pushes his divine shift into that.
I love that. Let
Okay.
me see what tier 5 bullshit you're about to try to hit me with. Okay.
Nothing exciting, Mike. Don't worry about it.
I see you. Seydlitz.
Well, I would like to shoot it because it's being held together by old roots and vines. I'd like to shoot it with fire arrows, but I would need to light a torch for that. And I don't know if I can do that and make a fire arrow and shoot it in the same turn.
You cannot. You can do one or the other.
In the corner of some random dark corner, Seydlitz is sparking his sword and a dagger against each other to light a torch.
Okay. So you can hear the sound of flint and steel cracking in the cave. That brings us back to Mina. Mina, you are Korax. Sorry, you begin to shake the illusion from your mind. Mina, you are dazed and still seeing your mother tied to the back of this colossus. You have one action. What would you like to do?
Mina wants to try to climb up to his mother.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll me a difficulty. It's going to be difficulty 6 of like balancing, climbing kind of roll, and it's going to be speed. So if you have an asset or if you have a
physical skills?
Yes, physical skills. Yep.
Nope.
Okay, so you begin to climb up this guy, and you like find a bit of footing on like the plates on where like its legs are, and you begin to climb up. If you'd like, you can climb up and be on its leg, but you do not have enough like mobility to get to your mother. So you can either be on the ground and have like jumped off, or you can be on its leg, prepared to climb more.
I think he'd be scrambling to get up there as much as he can, so he'd be hanging on if he can.
Okay, perfect. You climb up there, and again you begin to shake off this illusion of your mother as you begin to climb this thing. It's gonna go to its turn. Let's see here. It is going to raise its right arm and ground pound towards Antares. Go ahead and make me. Actually, you don't have to make me anything. You're blocking this thing. So this thing pounds down right next to you, attempting to like knock you down again as you absorb this thing, and its fist is on the ground in front of you. What do you do?
She's going to that's its turn, so she can take her action.
Yep. It attacked you, so it activated your trigger.
Okay. Well, she's gonna hack at the tendons and the roots.
Sure, go for it. Difficulty 6 attack.
Okay. I don't think I have anything available to do that. Difficulty 7?
6.
6? Thank you. Effort 3. No assets.
Now, just to be clear, we know that your specialty is defense and not attack. You can apply the effort to the attack roll, or you can apply the effort to the damage roll.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So applying it to damage will give you more damage. Applying it to the attack will make it easier to attack.
Yes. I'll do 1 to attack, 1 effort to attack. And I don't get any assets for any of my funky abilities. Effort to damage 2.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah. So that'll be a total of what is it? 3 out of your
4?
pool for the attack roll, and then 5 out of your pool for the damage, minus your edges, of course. Does that make sense?
No, I have.
It puts it all in the chat. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I spend 1 might on my attack, or sorry, 1 effort on my attack, so that's negated because I have 3 edge.
Yep, and then you spent 2 effort on your damage.
Then I have 2 edge, so that's 3.
No, you have 3 edge, so it's 2.
No, I have. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm totally looking.
So it's just -2 from your pool then for the bonus on your attack. 10 damage is quite a chunk. Hell yeah. So it does have armor, but you do slash at this thing, shredding bits and pieces of this thing. You think another attack like that would sever it. So you all see, those of you who can see Antares slashing at this thing, vines and chunks of roots and stone coming out of the fray. That is its turn. Antares, technically that was your held action from the last turn, so it's your turn again.
No, I didn't end up holding my action.
That's true.
My block is an action, so that was my turn.
That's true. Thank you. So then that would be Korax and Seydlitz. A race to see who goes first.
You want to go?
Because I'm going first. Well, I'm gonna be shooting it towards the chest plate area with the specific intention of using a fire arrow to start burning the roots away that's holding the chest piece on.
Okay.
So in a quarter, Seydlitz kind of reappears in the light of a lit torch, being held up, like planted in the ground, and he's just kind of sitting down, looking through his crossbow, milled with a lit arrow, and he's taking aim.
Okay, go for it. Make the attack. Difficulty 7.
7. All right, so
it's different difficulties depending on the body part.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
The arms are 6s. Chest is a 7.
Just want to make sure.
okay. 347, 2 divine shifts. I really want this to happen. Anything I can argue assets for. I'm literally just thinking, it's like, what can I do to make this easier for me? Can I get an asset for the fact it hadn't seen me until this point? You know, a stealth asset
I'll allow it.
for this one shot.
I'll allow it for this one shot.
All right, natural 1. Here we come.
Yeah, good job.
18. Okay. Outstanding here. So you all watch as this bolt fires through the air, streaking fire on it, and you watch as it hits the chest and clatters down the stones. You see a crack on the chest, and you see a little bit of ember on the chest as this thing does a small amount of damage to its chest area, but does not light it on fire entirely. Just a little bit of smolder where it struck.
That is 12 damage.
Yes. Well, it is 12 damage minus the armor on its chest. You watch it hit there, smolder, ember. Korax, what are you doing?
So I'd like to roll for bullshit, Mike, but doesn't require rolls. So this thing is made of rock, and the ground's kind of made of rock, right?
Ostensibly.
So I would like to use granite wall, but instead of using the ground as the place that the wall comes from, it's part of him to remove other parts of him.
Okay.
So effectively move into short range so that I'm in, I'm in short, moving into immediate range, and then use his whole side to put a wall to shift off an arm and a leg.
Okay. I'll take that. It does cost you a fuckload. I will say difficulty 6 to actually shave off the arm. Like, you can spend the cost and make the granite wall, but to, like, remove a body part by doing so does take some finesse. So I'm going to have you roll to see if you can actually shear off the arm at a minimum, possibly leg, depending on the size of your roll. So difficulty 6.
Okay, so
Interesting
6,
bullshit.
I get an asset because of my doodad stuff
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, can I also argue maybe he gets an asset if he needs it? Like the fact that Antares has engaged the arm, so the arm's not technically moving in this second. in this round or something. I don't know.
I'll allow it. I'll allow
he-
a tag team movement. Yeah, because it technically is happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
I can fuck with that.
I'm gonna use that. Oh no, I can use more effort. Let's use that many efforts. 2 assets. 18.
Okay.
This-
Okay. And the damage. Granite Wall has a damage on it?
No, it's under attacks.
Oh, okay, okay. I see.
stuck it under
The damage
attacks.
was just +2 because of the thing. Okay.
18, yeah.
Outstanding. You get the arm, but not the leg. So describe to me what this granite emerging from this thing looks like in a way to shear off its arm.
So Corax has used the wall before. He destroyed a book, which he might do again. No, he didn't. As he runs up into range, he pulls he's got the book in his hand. He hasn't flicked through the pages, but he stops, puts his hand out, and on the side of the creature, a flat face almost appears up his whole side, and the wall just starts pushing out from him, and the arm just dislocates and drops to the ground as he has a level 6 wall stuck to the side of him.
Absolutely. You all watch, and it happened at the bottom of the initiative too, which is great. You all watch as this piece of granite wall shears the arm off of this colossal. And then you watch as this glowing gold amber light begins to expand under the breastplate, and you hear this sort of noise reverberate around the cave, and you watch as the cave begins to shake and shudder. Debris falls from the ceiling, and the ground beneath you, as this thing to one knee, the ground begins to shake, and you feel the cave begin to collapse a little bit, and you watch as the ground sinks. Corax, you actually stumble in as it sinks around you, and Teres, you stumble forward towards the colossal as its arm is outstretched towards you as you watch the cave collapses downward. Those of you in front of it, so everyone but Mina, you are now the leg you had been climbing on collapsed down to one knee, and you're at its thigh. Corax and Teres, Seydlitz, you watch as the gold underneath the chest plate begin and stutter and glows bright and then dims, and then you watch as it glows gold and then to this weird, gross kind of sickly green, and it begins stuttering back and forth between this gold and this green. It is not dead. It is still up.
Phase 2, baby.
And we've entered phase 2, baby. Norm wanted anime-style boss fights, and baby, you are getting anime-style boss fights. Phase 2. We are in video game mechanic territory here. Top of the order, it is Mina's turn as we enter phase 2.
So it's kind of prone at the moment, is it?
It's down on one knee.
One knee?
Yeah.
I think Mina will, if he's on its thigh, he's going to, and the illusion's gone, correct?
Correct. You shook that off.
Mina's going to turn around and then just kind of leap from its thigh and try to drive the spear down to maybe sever the leg at the knee.
Okay, go ahead and roll difficulty 7. Okay. Not enough to fully sever it, but enough to do a fuckload of damage.
I'm so scared.
Outstanding. So describe how you pinion this knee. It doesn't sever it, doesn't break the connection, but it does a shitload of damage.
Yeah, so Mina's climbed up far enough past its knee and then it goes down, realizes that the image of his mother was an illusion, and just turns and uses gravity to help him to drive the spear down into the back of the knee to do as much damage as he can.
Hell yes. Hell yeah. Cool. You absolutely do so. I need everyone to make a difficulty 6 intellect defense roll.
Is this the spore thing?
It is not.
Okay.
Last time this didn't go well for me, Mike. I don't want to do it.
Intellect defense. I don't think I have anything to do. Difficulty 6, you said?
I did.
Okay. How much is 3 effort going to be worth? 7?
3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7, yeah.
Okay. I still failed. No,
You rolled a 2.
I did. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna spend an XP and re-roll.
Okay.
Because just like what happened with Chris, that's a lot of intellect to lose. For nothing. 5. God damn it.
What a time.
I've got XP.
What a time. Nope, no trading XP on a boss fight, boys and girls.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, Seydlitz and Teres, you have some choices to make. So everyone, actually, I'm so sorry, Matt. You didn't have to roll at all. So good on you. It's only everyone in short range, or less. And Matt, you are still in long range.
Hooray!
Just Antares.
My points back.
Yeah, put your points back. Antares, you all feel this, like you all see, including Seydlitz, you see this. You see the sigil stuttering between gold and green, this sickly green, and you see it like kind of a burst of light fills the cavern. Korax, Mina, you shake this effect off. It's too far to affect you, Seydlitz. But Antares, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you narrate what happens to you.
Okay.
You will suffer one of two things. Either brief memory loss or hallucinations. The way that takes shape, mechanically, you may either forget all of your divine abilities, including your shifts, for 1 round, attack an ally, or just stagger and wander around the cave for 1 round, confused as to why you are here.
So one of those
One
three?
of those 3, you get to choose. But I will say, multiple instances of being affected by this, it will be reduced by whatever you choose.
And it's like the blinding light from this thing. Hmm. Yeah, I think. Well, I can't see her attacking an ally. I don't see how that would happen. And obviously,
Hallucinations.
I guess maybe, but like she doesn't see Seydlitz. She doesn't see Mina technically because he's behind them, and I don't even know if she could even see Korax because of this
that's fair.
wall.
That's fair.
So I think because she had like her Nimbus was glowing extra bright just for some the coolness factor of it. I think the brightness of this thing knocks out the brightness of her, so it's just a normal Nimbus, and then she's gonna be dazed for a round.
Okay. So you're just gonna like stumble around for a round?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. That is its turn. Uh,
And she's like rubbing her face type shit.
yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You also take 8 damage.
8?
Yeah.
What type of damage? Physical?
Radiant damage. Just what do you?
Well, can I take might damage?
Yeah. All damage
Okay.
is might, unless I
Okay.
tell you it's intellect damage. Yeah.
It's just
Your
like-
health damage, the blood in your body damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Intellect
mental damage.
defense, though.
What's that?
You did ask for an intellect defense roll, though.
So depending on the color of the pulse, it is either radiant or psychic damage. Gold pulse is radiant damage. Green pulse is psychic, and it will mechanically for me it will switch each time it happens. And you can't really block radiant damage physically, I guess. But it could still, like, fire can still sear your skin.
Well, okay, so I want to know, is it intellect damage then?
No, it's. Would you rather it be might damage or intellect damage?
Well, I don't want to cheat
No,
because
I
obviously,
was
I
planning
would
on
say
radiant.
might.
I was planning on radiant being might damage and psychic being intellect damage.
Okay.
Radiant is more of like the core of you, your divine. So it was like a divine attack.
Okay.
Cool. That is its turn. Your turn is to stumble around. Korax.
Sorry, one more question. Would my
Yes.
armor come into effect on that?
Yes,
Like
on that
heavy,
one it does.
Heavy leather. Okay.
On that one it does. On the psychic one it will not. Your turn is to stumble. Korax and Seydlitz, what are you doing?
Where is Mina in relation, height-wise, to where the chest is?
On its
What would
ass.
Korax need to do to get? He's on
Imagine
its
a
Yeah, like,
person
it's-
down on one knee. Mina's on its
He's
thigh.
like, yeah, and he's like he's stabbed into the knee that's bent
Yep.
to the ground.
Okay. Do you want to go say, I need to.
I'm just gonna keep it simple and shoot for the core and see if I can break that chest armor.
Okay, go for it.
And I am staying at long range. Thank you very much. Difficulty 7 still.
Yes it is. Yes it is.
You cut out there.
Yes it is.
So 2 divine shifts, 5. I don't know why I feel really tired all of a sudden. Just do this. Hooray!
Okay. You fire the crossbow bolt into this thing, hits the chest. Is this a fire arrow as well?
Yes.
Okay. Again, you see it bounces off, and you see more fire sort of crack on the chest of this thing. That is Seydlitz's turn. Korax.
So Korax was within immediate range of the Colossus guy.
Correct.
Does that put him in with immediate range of Mina?
For
Mina
what?
swapped sides of it, which would have put him closer to Korax than the others.
That's
'cause they've
true.
got
That's true.
opposite
You are on the
directions.
side of it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say yes. I'll
Okay,
say yes.
Then Korax is going to make sure he's within range of Mina, but not in front of the Colossus, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then he's going to
Well,
cast
Mina's
his
behind
blessings.
it. And you're gonna do what?
So Korax is just making sure he's not in front.
Okay.
Because that's where the death happens.
That's true.
He's going to use Blessings of the Gods and create his quiet bubble of protection, and all difficulty of defense tasks for anyone within the bubble is decreased by 1.
Okay. So difficulty for both you and Mina is decreased by 1.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Cool. That brings us to the top. Mina.
Mina is just going to try to finish off this leg, because if it's missing an arm and missing a leg, it's probably a good thing.
It sure is. Hell yeah.
Good
You stab into this, severing portions of the root-like tendrils, and you watch as the bent, like the upward bent leg begins to stand to rise, and you see like the pressure of the knee as it's like leaning up to drive it back to full force. You stab through this thing, and you watch as it begins to stand up, as it collapses back down to like that on one knee kind of position, as you have severed the right leg from the knee down, and it can no longer get out of this kneeling position. You have removed another appendage of this creature. Perfect. Are you staying on it?
In this position, is the chest plate reachable by Mina, or does he have to get higher
You
up?
are still behind it, so you would need to get in front of it and up.
Okay. Here we'll just begin climbing again.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a difficulty 6 like climbing check. Speed defense or speed climbing check.
I'm just imagining like Mina
And I
using his spear.
argue might, because he just wants to use his strength to pull himself up.
You can argue might, but it will be difficulty 7. If you're just trying to like boulder it, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like nimbly like place your feet in a position where you're not going to fall, you can just sort of launch yourself up there if you want, but it will be slightly harder to do. As anyone who does rock climbing will tell you, it's all in the legs.
No luck.
Okay, so you're climbing this thing. You're not making a lot of progress, but you're still moving. G, to answer your question, the whole combat, because I don't want to do math.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just keeping track of all the rounds that are happening.
yeah,
so-
I think it's like in D&D it's 10.
yeah. Mhm.
But I feel like whatever. Cool. On its turn, two things happen. One, an environmental hazard exists, and two, it does another shockwave because you guys chopped off its fucking arms, and that's all it can do now. So everyone, reading. Everyone, go ahead and make me. Sorry, everyone except for Mina. Go ahead and make me a difficulty 5 speed defense roll.
Is this a
Is this
shockwave thing?
No, it's when he collapsed the first
Mhm.
time, and now the second time, the cave began to collapse a little bit. So this is like stalactites are falling, the ground is crumbling. This is an environmental effect.
Okay.
Okay, so difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5, speed defense.
I will argue that I have an ability called Push On Through, which is I ignore the effects of terrain while moving for 1 hour. So if like the ground is falling apart and like the ground is caving in, can I maybe get an asset for like
I'll
at least-
allow an asset. I like that lawyering. I'll allow that
Yeah.
asset.
Sweet.
To go the opposite way and to play devil's advocate, isn't Antares a bit dazed?
Yeah, it is true.
Oh, that is true. You're just stumbling
Yeah.
confusedly around. Yeah. On the next
Yeah.
turn, perhaps.
Okay.
I have an ability called Danger Sense, but that's like for initiative. But would that help me here as an asset?
What does it, let me see. What does it do?
It's just I spend a speed point and any initiative rolls are reduced by 1 step. But
No, I don't think
assuming
that
no.
would. No.
But
You
it's just
know
called
you're in
Danger
danger.
Sense, and it feels like it does things.
Fuck. Damn it.
You are in danger. You know that.
Oh no, I'm in danger! Ah!
I
So
failed.
Mike, you said it was a difficulty 6, is that correct?
5.
5.
Difficulty 5, okay.
I'm definitely in danger.
And this isn't in relation to the creature, this is environmental. So
Uh,
the asset from the creature doesn't help.
correct. Correct. But your bubble would still give you an asset.
Bubble gives me the asset, okay. And it is speed.
It is speed.
Success.
Great. So Seydlitz and Antares, you will both take 4 points of damage, 4 points of might damage, as either stalactites, rocks, the ground unshifts and you roll an ankle, the terrain itself moves. Perfect. That is the ground's turn. And now the Colossus's turn. Everyone, just the cave has a turn, guys. When you start collapsing the mountain around you, it fights back. Sorry.
Well, that's Mother Nature's turn.
Yeah, that's
my
nature.
God.
And now the Colossus. Everyone in short range, which is everyone except for Seydlitz, go ahead and make me a difficulty 6 intelligence roll as this thing pulses green and sickly psychic damage blasts out.
Mike needed a reason to hurt me because I'm just staying out of range.
Listen, guys, when I get the complaint, we feel like Norm does so much of the damage and we're not doing a lot in combat, or, I want anime-style battles, or, this would be cool.
I know Norm does all the damage and I don't complain at all. Norm has the build for it, so...
Chris, the speed at which your hands went like this, oh no. Oh no.
I reduced the difficulty down to 2.
I know. I saw the sadness. All right, so Mina failed. Korax failed. I don't see a roll from G yet because she's refusing to do it.
I know. What happens if you go to 0 intellect?
Nothing. You go to impaired.
Okay.
But you have an ability, right? That protects you from that. Reminder.
Yeah, I know that, but I only have 5 intellect points left. So it's just like, do I spend effort to try and save myself? You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you as a reminder, it does 8 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if it hits you, you're going to 0 intellect anyway.
Right.
However, if you spend it and you does 8 damage to you, it goes intellect and then to might and then to speed. Your pools don't just stop at 0, it continues to the next.
Yeah, that's all right. And I don't have anything to give me asset versus intellect damage.
Listen, you guys avoided my giant snake monster, so...
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, that is 8 damage, 8 intellect damage to Korax and Mina. And the 2 of you suffer brief memory loss and hallucinations. Either you may attack your allies, you may forget your divine abilities for 1 round, or you may stagger around unpredictably.
Mina will forget his divine abilities.
Outstanding.
Korax.
Korax.
Roll to determine.
Korax is going to attack his allies, Mike.
Outstanding. You're right next to Mina.
Yep.
Well, how are you going to attack him?
Good news is Korax.
But he's like way up high, so he's
like...
like...
So that is the creature's turn. So you know what, Korax, it's your turn right now. How do you attack Mina?
Well, the
I
good
want
news
Korax
is Korax
to kill Mina. This will be so fun.
My
That
God.
Korax does not have enough
great.
intellect to do anything, which is the good thing.
You can still
He
do
just
melee.
stands there.
He is going to pull out the sling that he has in his pocket and put the weird tooth thing into it, Mike. That's a Cypher, and he's going to fling it at Mina.
Oh.
Wasn't it just scale? Is that you talking about the
It was a
scale you took of the thing?
There's a
No,
scale and
he
a
got
tooth.
2 things.
Oh shit.
The tooth was the thing that they were hitting us with that ignored all armor.
Oh god.
Oh no. Fuck.
Because Mina's at range, he's not close enough to use a dagger.
Why did you use it against the Colossus?
Hold on. That I don't think that's the same. That tooth I don't believe is the same thing that the hold on, I got to find my fucking notes. Oh shit, I fucked Mina. Hold on. Nope, never mind. Mina, I forgot you have a cloak you found. You have a cloak from the mushroom people. You don't know what it does yet, but you have one. I just forgot to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
I thought shit. Hold on. Stand by, team. I forgot to write down what that does in Roll20. So I have to scroll through all of my notes. Back to the dragon. Back to the snake. Nope. That's the beginning of the fungal throne. Oh wow. What a callback to this. And what's funny is I looked at your character sheet earlier and I was like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna do with that tooth. And here it is. Here the fuck it is. Episode 44, I want to say.
Good news is Corax has no idea how to use this thing. So
you can still make the attack roll. So it's gonna be a difficulty.
What's Mina's difficulty?
Actually, it's me. Well, shit. Yeah. Either way, I got to think of what difficulty you guys are. What would Mina's difficulty be? I'm just gonna make it your difficulty is your armor. What's your armor, Mina?
He's just got 3 armor.
Difficulty 3.
What? You only have 3 armor? Oh my god. Is this? I mean, this is a might or something. Difficulty 3.
It would be speed, because it's a sling. Scale. Okay, you got the scale and you got the.
God.
Oh, what a shame. You got the scale and you got the tooth, which was. Oh. Okay.
So Corax misses Mina, right, with a failed roll. Does that hit the Colossus?
It does not. If it was high enough to hit the Colossus, it would hit him, but it does not. Outstanding. Good for you. It's not the same item, but it is just as bad. It was called a venom stone. It dissolves into the body and poisons them for damage over time.
Oh my god.
So it would have slowly ignored armor and damaged him 1d6 every round.
He wouldn't feel it. He'd be like,
yeah, he just wouldn't feel it. He'd be like, what are you doing? As he poisons to death. As he poisons to death. Outstanding. Okay, that was Corax's turn. And Terry's, you are no longer confounded. What are you doing?
Recovery roll.
Okay.
And I have one of my new abilities on tier 3 is I get hidden reserves. So when I make an action to do a recovery roll, I gain +1 edge in might and speed for 10 minutes.
+1 edge in might and speed for 10 minutes. Okay. So just remember that for yourself.
Oh yeah.
Put that down.
Writing it all down.
Outstanding. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. Still better than 0. And you can put it back into intellect. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Seydlitz, you're up.
Do I just default shoot it with a fire arrow?
You could.
I'm going to spend 2 intellect points to mark this. I should have done this at the start, honestly, now I think about it. I'm going to spend my action and spend 2 intellect points to mark this golem as my quarry.
Okay.
So I reduce the difficulty step of everything I do against it by 1.
Okay, great. Perfect. So you mark that as your quarry, spend your intellect points, and we go back to the top of the order. Mina, you still have no divine shifts until the divine abilities till the end of your turn. However, it is your turn.
Given that, I think Mina will also take a recovery roll.
Okay. So you spend your action recovering. Please don't roll a 1. Again, another 1. Okay, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is its turn. Guess what? Another shockwave. Everyone except for Seydlitz, go ahead and make. And if you didn't chop its fucking leg off, it could have moved. But Seydlitz is just too far away. Everyone, make me a difficulty 6 intelligent or intellect defense roll, please.
I have enough bolts to just sit back here and not take damage.
Snow, don't forget you reduce it by 1 because you're within immediate range of Korax.
I'm sorry, you said difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6 intelligence roll. Or intelligence defense, rather.
I'm going to use an XP to re-roll that.
That's fair.
Mike, I got good news for you. Is that a minor effect?
It's not. 19's a minor effect. 19's a minor, 18's a major. I'm sorry, 19's a minor, 20's a major.
Okay.
Okay. So Korax succeeds.
I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna try rerolling.
Okay. Mina succeeds.
No. Damn, that was close.
Draining these experience points. 8 might damage. This one is radiant. The golden light blasts out. 8 radiant damage for Antares. And you suffer that memory loss. You may attack your allies or forget your divine shifts.
I'll be stunning. Oh, I can't do the same one?
No, I said whatever one you pick is reduced the next subsequent time you are hit by this thing. So you will eventually be affected by all of them. So attack allies, forget divine abilities.
I guess I'll forget divine abilities.
Okay, you don't want to run in and stab Korax on your turn?
No.
There's plenty of reasons to want to do that.
No, she does.
G wants to do that.
Well, I think this one's worse. So yeah,
it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
All right, so you will forget your divine abilities for this round. That is its attack. Korax, Korax, Antares, and Seydlitz. It is your turn collectively.
I am just going to do a recovery roll.
Okay, you roll for recovery. Antares, it has no arms. It's missing one leg. It seems to be pretty stationary, except for the boom that's blowing out of it. Antares, what are you doing? Seydlitz, what are you doing?
Well, I have the ability called Surging Confidence. I gain 1 action immediately after a recovery roll. So I have 2 action recovery rolls because I've put a divine shift into healing. So I have my second action healing ability. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then attack it, I guess.
Okay. How?
Okay, so it has no arms.
Yep.
Correct.
It's missing one leg from the knee down.
Okay.
So it can't move.
Can I attack the knee on the other leg?
You can.
Try to make it fall over?
You can.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do my recovery roll. 5 points.
The leg is difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. Okay. And I can't use any divine abilities for that.
Correct. And I will let you know, just because it is a boss fight, and we've learned some of the mechanics. The legs have 3 armor.
Okay.
Man, I should have made a healer class because I'm in position where normally a cleric would be in a fight.
Get some healing arrows.
Healing arrows.
Shoot needles out of your crossbow.
just quickly goes to the Helldivers universe and steals a stim pistol.
Would I get an asset for it being prone?
It's not prone.
Okay. I don't think I get any assets.
But it's not moving.
Those are two different things. Standing still is also not moving, but not prone.
I mean, I find punching a wall is not hard. It doesn't move.
It's not. So the thing is it's not how difficult it is to hit. It's also like what to hit. Like there's rocks and tendrils. You have to hit the right spot to like sever. It's like a scalpel. Damn, 10 damage. Okay, cool. It doesn't hit. Never mind. I missed the big red failure at the top. So you move in closer to stab at its knee. Try to find the area to slice away these tendrils. It does not go well for you. Seydlitz, you have a... oh, good, yes.
Sorry, I have my +1 to my might, so it's -3 to my thingy.
To your cost, yes.
I have 4 edge in there.
So it would be -1 to your... or -3. Yep.
Okay.
I thought you had another action stored up there.
No.
Cool. Seydlitz, you're up.
Well, I'm still trying to break the chest piece with fire arrows. Is it still intact?
There's smoldering stuff happening to it.
So it's just kind of a difficulty well, it's a difficulty 7 still, right?
Yes.
So 5 plus the asset plus the +1 step down from the quarry, so that's a difficulty 4 for me now. And this and this and this.
You
and
have
I
hit
still
it.
fail.
I believe you've hit it twice.
I've hit it twice and failed now.
You've hit it twice.
That was a 3. It rolled a 3. I hit it twice. What for? 1 for 12, 1 for 10 damage.
Yep. I'm tracking its health here. All right, that is the bottom of the order. Back to the top. Mina, what are you doing? You see that Antares is attacking at the other leg. You see that Seydlitz is continuing to shoot at the core of this thing.
Is there any chance that Mina will get to that chest plate to attack this round, or would he need to keep climbing a few rounds?
You haven't. Did you actually successfully climb the last round?
No.
If you can successfully climb, you can get there.
I think Mina will. Mina will try to climb.
Okay. What did I say? Difficulty 6 for climbing. Yes, difficulty 6.
Success, finally.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Cool. What minor effect would you like to have happened here?
Mina climbs there to the chest, and he's ready for the next spore attack. So he positions himself in a way that he gets a benefit. He gets an asset in the next spore attack.
Oh, from the next like radiant blast. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can attack. Difficulty 7 on the chest.
Success.
Hell yes. That is minus this. Out fucking standing. You describe how you stab into the chest of this creature.
So Mina kind of starts climbing around the creature, and then he manages to find a hold that allows him to, at the same time, swing the spear around, and he uses the momentum of the swing to stab the spear into the chest piece.
Abso-fucking-lutely. You stab into this thing, driving it into the chest plate. You see the chest plate, like the fire that was crackling through this thing, begins to like expand, and the chest plate begins to crackle and it like break apart, like stones splitting in a volcano as it crumbles off. And you watch as it crumbles around. Your spear has stabbed through the breastplate of this thing into the sigil that was glowing behind it. And you watch as there's a moment where you're still holding onto your spear, and you feel a tug on your spear, and it begins to like get moved into the chest, and you have to kind of pull it back as you watch. The chest begins to suck in on itself, like crumbling in, and you see this vacuous shadow destroy the sigil underneath this thing, and you see hands begin to come out of this thing. First 2, then 4, 6, 8. Something is clawing its way out of the chest of this thing, and you see this shadow with a smile that wraps around the side of its head, these deep set eyes, as this thing claws its way out of this thing. Phase 3, baby!
Fucking third form,
Yeah! The hungering one emerges in phase 3. This is my final form.
Oh my God.
We move into this thing's turn as it lashes out at Mina. Close range, immediate range only. Mina, might difficulty roll 6. I will allow your minor effect to still apply to this. So you'll get a bonus for your minor effect of having a good foothold. I believe you'll get a asset from Korax as well. So you have 2 assets on this might defense roll.
Can he use his shield?
I want to say no, because you need your hands. You have one hand on your spear,
hold on.
and one hand has to hold on. But you do have your divine shifts back. I don't know if that helps you or not.
Yep. Yes, success.
Hell yes. Outstanding. You watch as this thing begins to pull itself out, and you see these shadowy tendrils begin to attempt to grab you and pull you in, but you resist against this thing as it is trying to consume you into its cavernous maw. That is its turn. Korax and Terry's Seydlitz, you see some sort of shadow monstrosity clawing its way out of the chest cavity, alien style, and trying to consume Mina bodily.
I'm going to try and go first, if that's okay. Korax is going to use his ability from the Grimoire, Ray of Confusion. Project a grey beam of confusion at a creature within short range, inflicting 1 point of damage that ignores armor. In addition, until the end of the next round, the difficulty of all tasks, attacks, and defenses the target attempts is modified by 1 step to its detriment.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm sorry. Difficulty 8.
I don't like that, Mike.
Can I argue difficulty 4?
Are you difficulty 1?
You can argue it. You can argue all day long. You'd be wrong.
Difficulty 8?
Difficulty 8.
I can't do anything else. Do I get an asset for it being distracted by Mina?
Mina is annoying.
He's pretty distracting.
Yeah. That's
you
why
know
we
what?
love him.
I'll give you an asset for Mina being like right there, which is not expected. I'll give you 1 asset for that.
Okay, perfect. And then I still have my asset from the earlier soul interrogation.
I'll be nice and say yes.
Same guy,
Technically,
Mike.
technically, your soul interrogation was for the fungal colossus. This is the hungering one, a completely different monster.
Does that mean my quarry doesn't work either?
I will still be nice and allow them both to work. I'm not that horrible of a person.
I fail anyway.
Well. The consequences of our actions. So I think this is the first time we've seen this. What does it look like?
I don't know.
Or does the
It's a grey
casting
beam.
fail?
I think it's just a casting failure from
Okay.
him. He goes to do it and nothing happens.
Okay. Is your artifact every time you use it, you have to roll?
I believe so. I've been doing that.
Okay. I just want to make
I'm
sure we
happy to
get
do it
that
once
roll.
once
All
a-
right, that is Korex's turn. You see Korex begin to like pull something out of the spell book to begin to attack, and you see it fizzles. And Terry's Seydlitz, you see this thing coming out of the chest cavity of this this stone sentinel. What are the two of you doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Go for it. What are you doing?
Recovery roll.
That's fair.
That's my action.
Yeah. I'm also going to take my recovery roll because my ignore the pain. No, sorry. My rapid recovery. My 10-minute recovery roll takes 1 action.
Okay.
And
Wow,
I'm
you
also,
have a bunch of recovery rolls, huh?
I have in that regard. Well, I have 2 extras.
Yeah, you have like your regular action one, your 10-minute counts as 1 action, then you have a bonus 1 action. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that give you? Do you have the same ability that lets you?
Please,
is it?
No, I rolled a 1 on
Love
that
that.
recovery roll.
Love that for you. Does your ability that lets you take an action after a recovery roll, is that on every recovery roll?
No, it's supposed to be the first one you roll.
Just the
So
first
I think I fucked up then because I used my divine shift
That's okay.
one first. So
That's okay.
Is it the first one each turn or just the first one?
your first recovery roll. That's just what it
Oh, that
says.
sucks.
Yeah.
What ability is that?
Surging confidence in destroyer number 1. So anyway, I'm also gonna move closer
Okay.
because I don't think I can climb and do a recovery roll.
I'll let you climb.
Okay, sweet. Then I will also
So
climb.
go ahead and roll difficulty 6 climb.
Yes. Okay, just give me a second here. Perfect. And then difficulty 6 climbing.
Mhm.
I don't have any assets for climbing. Unless like my might defense comes into play here.
It does not.
Okay.
But you do get close enough to enter into Korex's bubble.
So what does that give me?
An asset on not being killed, I believe.
Okay, but not for climbing.
Asset for
Correct.
defense, yeah.
Okay. Still failed. My God.
Okay. So you begin to climb, but you're not making a whole lot of progress. That is everybody. Back to Mina.
Yeah, Mina recovers from the initial shock of whatever the fuck this is that clawed out of its chest.
Yeah.
And goes to stab it again.
Go for it. Difficulty 8, stab.
Stabby, stabby.
This is the unfortunate part about some of these long fights is we run out of unique descriptions and things to do, and it just turns into I rolled to attack.
And Mina misses.
Mina misses.
Oh,
Do you have any XP,
no.
Mina?
He does.
You could spend it.
I could, but I think the fact that you're suggesting I spend it makes me wary, and I don't want to spend it.
I'm just reminding you of the
Uh-huh,
resources that
yeah,
you have.
sure you are. Just reminding. You're not trying to deplete all our XP for the fourth.
No, this is the final phase. I promise. This is the final phase.
No, I was trying to deplete our XP for other reasons.
All right.
Mina will use his XP.
Okay, go for it.
Go, Mina, go. Come on.
And he still misses.
Damn. All right. Well, Mina, you're in its mouth. So difficulty.
Ew.
Difficulty 6 might defense roll.
How big is this creature? I just assumed it was Mina size, like humanoid size.
Well, all you see is a big face and 12 arms. So it has it, and
okay.
because like imagine like on a chest, Mina stabbed the chest, so Mina is there. It's inside the torso of this thing, so it hasn't come
okay.
out fully because Mina's blocking its way.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Success.
So again, Mina, you see this arms and tendrils begin to wrap around you as it begins to pull you inside of itself. Does not happen. That is its turn. That is another round down from it. Korax, Antares, Seydlitz, what's up?
It's trying to eat Mina.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I'm getting closer. I'm gonna climb.
Go for it. Difficulty 6, climb.
More arrows? Question mark.
Anytime the question is more arrows, the answer is always yes.
Damn it!
I don't know the attack difficulty on this thing. Is
8.
8. So 5 with my quarry and 2 divine shifts. That's a hard one. I'm running out of points to spend.
I failed by 1 point.
Rough.
Shit. So I'm still getting closer. I'm just not making a lot of headway.
Yeah, you're just.
That's a 20.
It's taking you a long time to go. Oh,
That's
shit.
a 20.
Hell yeah. I assume you
Oh.
want the bonus damage.
Well, what could I get for a major effect? It get let go of Mina?
Mina is holding it.
Oh.
Mina climbed up to the chest, stabbed it, and is holding on to the chest of this thing. It's trying to eat Mina, but Mina could let go at any time and jump off.
Mina, let go.
I mean, Mina could let go, but he's feeling the best he's ever felt. There's no damage to him whatsoever.
Yeah, adrenaline will do that to you. You know.
And strange waters will do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. He doesn't feel any pain.
What is that? I'm pretty sure I've seen a thing. You know how in How to Train Your Dragon they ignite the big dragon's mouth, and it has like an internal issue, so it can't breathe its fire for a bit. I want to send an arrow into its mouth to force its mouth shut for a turn.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll actually work.
I get what you're trying to do. Let me rephrase what's happening to Mina. There is a hole in the chest of the giant, and something is coming out trying to pull it into the hole. Not its literal mouth. Just the chest. Like, imagine someone took your heart out and someone's trying to pull something into where your heart cavity was. So there's no actual mouth trying to consume Mina. The thing does have a face, but it does have 12 arms and tentacles that are trying to pull Mina in.
I guess I'll take the bonus damage and hit that thing in the face.
Minus another 4 points of damage. Okay, so
it's got 4 armor.
No. It has armor. This.
So you do 14 points of damage minus its armor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, outstanding. So you fire this into this thing, and there's a moment where all of you see this bright glow illuminate the chest cavity. And Mina, because you are right there, you see something that is just beyond you. You see in front of you this impossibly wide mouth and these large eyes and so many hands, and you see the tendrils sort of coming out, and as the fire it hits the back of the chest, it pierces through the thing, hits the back of the chest cavity, and sort of alights as it that spark as it begins to fall down, and you just see more and more of these hands clawing up this thing, and you see more of these mouths just all over this thing, and it seems to be this just shadowy void mass taking up, as far as you can see, the entire torso of this thing as it's slowly crawling its way out towards you. Antares climbed, Seydlitz shot, Korax. Did you go, or did you did the laser beam? No, okay.
Nope, that was
Korax,
last
you
time.
are up.
Korax doesn't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to use my Blessings of the Gods, Authority, Law, and Peace. And he is just going to shout something along the lines of, in the names of the new gods, I command you to stop. And he is going to try and prevent this foe, if it understands him, from attacking anyone or anything for 1 round. If it understands him, that is. But he doesn't know.
What
He
does
just shouts
this
that.
ability come from?
It is his Blessings of the Gods. It comes from one of his Channel Divine Blessings. It's not from a book. It's from him.
Outstanding. Oh, what's this? Get out of here. You hear
Your gods hold no sway here.
Korax responds back, but I am a god, and I hold sway.
and you demand that it listens, and it
Mhm.
does not.
Bitch! This is the greatest god!
The hungering
Exactly.
one is immune to divine influence. Yeah, I was hoping that would come in. Go ahead. What do you got, Chris?
If he is immune to divine influence, Mike, then we shouldn't be getting bonuses from Korax's bubble.
Is that also a divine influence? Ooh.
Blessing of the
But,
gods.
but is that bubble hindering him or helping us?
It should be helping us.
Okay.
So
You're
it's
not immune to
affecting
divine
us,
influence.
not him.
Yeah. So if it
Yep.
helps us,
Yep. You are not immune to divine influence. If you are influencing each other, that is totally fine. Which is why I haven't taken away like your bonuses to like defense for yourself, because you are influencing yourself.
Yeah, we all think we're the greatest god, so
Yes.
his opinion doesn't matter.
I was absolutely hoping that someone would try to use like a full-on divine ability against him, and no one did it yet. Outstanding. All right, that is Korax's turn. Korax, that's the first time in quite some time that you've been confidently told no. And you couldn't do anything about it.
That
This is a
wasn't in
bad
Harry's.
time. This is a bad time for the boys. Top of the order, Mina, you are in the Maw of Madness. What do you want to do?
I think Mina sees Anteri struggling to get up, and he wants to help her. So he's going to stab his spear in below him and use that to swing around and collect Anteri's and lift her up.
Okay. So here's what I will say. I will either let you make a might check to pull her up, or I will let you give an asset to her next climb roll. What do you want to do?
I'll do the might check to pull her up.
The might check will be a difficulty 5. So it's easier for you to pull it up than she is to climb, because you are the resident beef boy. The god of beef.
I'll give you that last XP, Mike.
All right.
Oh shit. Can I give him an asset at all?
No, because he's pulling you up.
Okay.
You're on the struggle bus, and he's trying to do the work for you. Hell
There
yeah.
we go.
All right, minor success, minor effect. What do you want the minor effect to be?
Attack at the same time when I get up there.
If he can attack, yeah, but otherwise give Antares an asset to attack.
Yeah, absolutely. You pull her up and like lean out of the way in a way that positions her to better attack.
She's like straightforward with her.
I will say, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll a d2. /R d2. Mina is a 1 and Antares is a 2. 2. Antares, go ahead and make me a difficulty 6 might defense roll, please.
I'd love to. Finally. And do I have an asset, or is that for the attack?
That's for the attack.
But
Hell
Should have
yeah.
done an asset from Corax as well.
You would have had an asset from
doesn't
Corax,
matter.
but you did not need it. What would you like your minor effect to be? This is an attack. You are faced with, you get up here and you see the maw of this thing and like all the arms, and you watch as like Mina reaches out and he's like, come on, and he pulls you up here, and like no sooner do you get up, but these tendrils of shadow begin to pull and rip you towards this thing. You resist, but what would you like to happen as a minor effect?
Can I get 2 assets?
Sure.
Or +3 damage if I hit? I don't know what's better.
That's up to you. It is a difficulty 8.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna need assets to hit.
Okay. So a second asset to hit. Perfect. That makes it your turn.
Okay. Picchu. Difficulty is
8.
8. Um. And then 2 assets,
Yes.
and then 1 effort to damage. Is it success? Bitch!
Success. Hell yes. 7 damage
Yeah.
minus its armor. Perfect. Yeah, describe what this looks like as you plunge your blade in. Not dead, but
It's
just,
like- Yeah, like Mina has his spear down that she grabs, and then he yanks her up, so she comes in flying, and then but of course as she's flying in, it grabs her, but her nimbus flares, and it's like it like encompasses that whole area in light,
yeah.
and kind of pushes back the shadow slightly, and then so as it's pulling her, it gives her more momentum coming into it, and so she just slices down
Hell yeah.
or jabs, whatever, and yeah.
Hell yeah. Corax and Seydlitz, you are up.
And just for some LCF, just like the when her nimbus shines, it just pushes back the shadow of this creature like momentarily.
Absolutely. Corax, Seydlitz.
I guess Chris is waiting for me.
I'll let you go.
The thing is, I am uncreative, and I don't have really. I'm a hunter with not many abilities to hunt my target when I get there.
Hey, shooting is that's what hunters do normally. Just shoot.
Mhm. I wish I had more attack abilities, though.
You got
Difficulty
more than
8 still.
Corax.
Difficulty 8.
Difficulty
Yeah,
8,
it's
Mike?
always difficulty 8.
Alright, so for me,
This one does not
with my
change.
It's always 5, and I have nothing really to add here. And I actually am out of speed points. I have 4 speed points, and I'm saving 3 of them in case I need to bail with Evanescence.
I wonder where you'll go.
Who knows? That's a 2.
You fire into this thing, clatters off the rock carapace around the chest, lighting again. And as you can kind of see as it scatters, plus your nimbus, you see like the 1,000 maws of this thing. Oh,
What did he need to hit? 5. So if my bright nimbus could give him an asset, but I don't think it would matter with what him rolling.
no, he
2.
rolled a 2.
Yeah.
You
Never
needed
mind.
to beat a 12.
No.
Or a 9 if you give him an asset. Corax, what's up?
So this guy looks like Shadow Weedus. Is that right?
Yep.
Corax then turns and shouts, "You will accept the will of your new gods." And I'm going to use Elemental Protection. You and every target you designate within immediate range, which is Antares and Mina,
Okay.
gain +5 armor against direct damage from one type of elemental damage. And I'm going to pick Shadow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Which is good because
Yeah,
that attacked.
Assuming it's shadow damage.
That attacked, if it had hit, does 10 damage.
Oh, shit.
It does 10 damage.
Can I apply a level of effort to that, Mike?
Yeah, you may.
Because that'll increase it by 2.
Yeah, you may.
Oh.
Apply level effort, spend your effort.
Okay.
Oh, that was. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. That was its third round. Its third round of existence. Antares and Mina and Korax, you watch and all of you hear this sound as this thing begins to like claw at its way, and you can see like stretching down to where like the arm ligatures were of the vines. You begin to see shadows sort of creep over this thing, and you see its arm where Mina had chopped it off on its left arm. This shadow begins to coalesce down its arm and like drip off of the tendrils, and you watch as this like liquid shadow pools, and you hear this, and you see this two-armed, torsoed, wide smile, humanoid size, like regular person size, wisp of shadow begin to look around and then move directly towards Seydlitz, as it has spawned a Sporeborn horror, a little minion. And the minion comes for you, Seydlitz. Make a difficulty 4 might or speed defense.
You're muted.
I know why it's coming for me. It's because I'm over here.
Yes,
Difficulty 4 speed defense.
of course that's why. You thought you could just sit over there safely by yourself?
I have running. Can I use that as an asset?
You cannot. You cannot.
Fine.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Outstanding.
Screw your stupid minion.
What would you like for the major effect?
I would like that to be the only minion.
No, that's not the effect.
It's demoralized and it doesn't attack.
Can I squish the minion?
It's human sized. It's the same size as you. It's not like a little guy.
I mean, can I like stab it with the crossbow bayonet and kill it?
I can give you an asset on your next attack roll against it.
There's not really much I can really do here other than just be like, I want to kill this thing. Sure.
Okay. All right. So you get an asset on your next attack roll against this thing. However, that brings us back to Mina, top of the order.
Mina kind of finishes swinging Antares up, reaches down for his spear again, and seeing Antares light up her nimbus, he likewise lights up his nimbus, and through the glare of Antares' nimbus, he stabs his spear.
Hell yeah. Cinematic as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Success.
Wow.
Hold, please. As the final blow lands, the hungering one lets out an ear-piercing wail, a sound that isn't just heard, but felt, reverberating through bone, through stone, and through the very fabric of the cavern itself. Its writhing, blackened tendrils seize and curl inward as if trying to cling to existence, but the light of the shattered sigil burns through its form. The pulsing mass at its center, an amalgamation of fungal corruption and something far older, begins to splinter apart, dissolving into sloughing chunks of rotting, decayed flesh. The cavern trembles violently, as though the very ground rejects its existence.
This is not the first throne to fall, and it will not be the last. You are no saviors. You're just the next to hold the knife.
And with one final shudder, The hungering one's form implodes inward, collapsing into a spiraling vortex of spores and dust, leaving behind only the echoes of its last spiteful words. And then silence. A deep rumble shakes the cavern, warning of imminent collapse. You watch as stone falls from the side of the cavern, the far edge from where you came in, as the stone wall fades away and you see a tunnel, your only escape, as this cavern begins to collapse around you. Stalactites fall from the ground, stalagmites shatter, the ground sinks down another few feet. What do you all do?
Run.
She's gonna grab Mina because I'm assuming he's like following through after the kill, so he's like not paying attention to the surroundings maybe. So she's gonna grab him and help him and like jump down.
As the four of you, oh, good.
I was just going to say, Mina's like, just aware of Antares grabbing him, just covers both of them with his shield as they run towards the exit.
As the four of you run towards that cavern door, or that cavern wall, right in tow, the five of you make your way past the ruins of this colossal form. The air is stagnant with stench of something that shouldn't exist as you all flee. The stones collapse around you. The ground beneath you begins to shake and rumble like an earthquake. And as you make it into the tunnel and begin to skid and slip down it, a huge plume of dust and debris closes off your entrance. You are plunged into darkness, into a tunnel that you hope leads to the third deep. And that is where we end this episode of The Rise. I hope everyone is thoroughly exhausted.
That is 838.
That is how that fight was meant to feel. Hell fucking yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Mostly the players. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a blast. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Do our after show. If you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on Patreon with these fine folks you see here before you. That being said, join us on the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. Let's do our outros. We'll start with, let's see, who's the most dead? Everyone's putting their 13.
I need to update that because
it looks like Korax so far. 13, no, 14. Mina, you're the most dead with 13 points of life left. Mina, so Norm, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
I'm Normal Snow. You can find me in these one-shots, which isn't the one-shot this week, and the campaign, which is normally the campaign week, and sometimes in the Discord.
Hell yeah. Chris, you're up next. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I'm Chris Eganeko. You can find me here in the Patreon one-shots, the Rise campaign, which is normally last week, and Atari Twilight Age of Always when that is next scheduled.
Absolutely. And Matt, who are you? What are you up to? And where can we find you on the internet?
I'm Matt or D. You can find me on the Discord server here in the Patreon campaigns, or when we actually do one-shots, in the one-shots. And on Mike's Discord.
And last but not least, truly the healthiest, hardiest, and most hale, G, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm the friendly neighborhood lightning invoker. You can find me in all things unMadeGaming, modding for the streams during the week, playing in all the Patreon games, including the campaign, which is the Rise, the one-shots, and tomorrow, Mundus Novus with Melissa at 1 p.m. Eastern, and Age of Always with Chris, which is not Patreon, just regular, and you find me in the Discord and on Blue Sky.
Hell freaking yes. All right, friends, that is it for this episode of The Rise, your bonus episode this month. We're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to do our after show again. If you want that after show, check it out over on Patreon. But that's it from us. From all of us to you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.